Cancer, welcome to your weekly Sidereal forecast for June 22nd through the 28th. My name is Athen. So we've got more of this 11th house energy for you, which is the new moon, which took place last week in the 11th house. You've still got Mercury there. But the lunar cycles are very important for you Cancerians, and this has been a very energetic lunar cycle with it conjuncting up to Mars. So I think more energy relating to your groups, friends, community-related things, the satisfaction you get from your work, giving, contributing, technology, income from work, all these things are seen from the 11th house. So it'll be probably a little bit of a few of those things for you, but for all of you it'll be quite different. So as the week unfolds, we come into it on the crescent phase, and then by the weekend, we're in the gibbous phase, so more and more of this energy going into these 11th house things, further increasing that energy of that 11th house stuff for you, which is where I think you'll still be, like I said, thinking about it, communicating it anyways, which is Mercury still in that 11th house of yours. Now, this whole week, we've got that very nice trine from Uranus and Jupiter still in effect. From that 9th house, hopefully you guys have been freeing up this life path stuff, philosophy, spiritual studies, things like that, letting that stuff go, and then that is now supporting your goals and your drives, and just overall, with Jupiter in your first house for almost the past year, there's been a lot of opportunities for you to expand your horizons. And whatever that's been for you, it's a very nice week for that to continue, as it was last week too. While this is in effect, it goes exact on Monday, by the way, so there can be perhaps some opportunities here, I don't know, from abroad or from traveling or from whatever this 9th house stuff is, your philosophy, supporting these this expansion that you're experiencing. And you can still enjoy very much your goals, your ambitions, and all these things that hopefully you are putting energy into. But it's kind of one of those things with Jupiter, it's like you have the opportunity, but you have to make it into something kind of thing. But it is enjoyable nonetheless. So you guys are probably feeling good, looking good with Venus in your first house. So that's going to really be amplified as she gets closer to Jupiter, which will be a conjunction next week, but we'll certainly be feeling this as the week unfolds. So now at the beginning of the week, on Monday and Tuesday, Mars shifts houses. He goes into your 12th house of the spiritual stuff, behind the scenes activities. This is the tranquil energy. You notice probably a shift here last weekend, which was the sun going into the 12th house, which is making sure you're getting that rest, relaxation, building your energy, your chi energy through those activities. Because again, we are talking about the sun and Mars here. And definitely more of that shift this week where you can put in, your active energies really in anything relating to spirituality, behind the scenes activities, things like this, rest and relaxation. So I definitely recommend putting energy into those things, because then we're in flow with the, with the planet. And here the flow is, of course, in the area of 12th house, which is all those spiritual matters. And I think also too, just a spiritual reflection in regards to your self-expression. You'll be noticing a shift there with your self-expression, also in the career side of things, where it's about, letting go and trusting with those particular areas as well, since Mars does rule your 5th and your 10th house. Now, Mercury is squaring up to Neptune for the third and final time during this retrograde period. He recently went retrograde over that Neptune. So third and final aspect is always final integration, what we finally learn about this whole thing. And so here it's what you learned about trusting and letting go with all these 11th house matters, like I was saying, with the groups, friends, or community things, or satisfaction, giving through work, things like that. Very important that you trust and let go with that whole process, especially with the whole transformational side of things, which you've been going through this whole spiritual transformation for the past many years with Neptune transiting your 8th house. Chiron now is going retrograde in that 8th house of yours midweek. So I think all that is very healing through transformation. It's a good placement for Chiron. It's where he likes to be. And now internalizing that, learning about it. Chiron's the planet, he's very much associated with learning. So learning about transformation, change in life, and all of this. And all that's creating this trust, hopefully, and flow and surrender, which will then be supporting these 11th house matters, which again, Mercury likes to try to figure it all out. So not having all the details figured out, just letting go, trusting, that's going to be very important this week, specifically relating to those 11th house matters, but also your communications, since Mercury does rule your 3rd, and then also relating to these spiritual matters, behind the scenes activities as well. Okay, since Mercury rules your 12th as well. So that's the early part of the week. But like I said, third and final aspect, I think we'll have it integrated certainly by midweek. And then that Chiron goes retrograde around Wednesday. And then no aspects until the weekend. On the weekend, we've got the sun squaring up to the North Node, reminding us that there's constructive energy to be put into this third house, learning, communicating energy, which is the whole year for you. The whole opportunity this year is to move into that third house with the North Node transiting it. So here it's about wanting to learn, wanting to exchange with others, our peers, siblings is also seen from the third house. So wanting to learn, I mean, that's what it really comes down to, and treating life as a learning process, experience. And all of that can be very constructive over the weekend. As you can see these squares here, it's important that you, work with it consciously, with intent, and you constructively do it. And I think through that, it's by finding that balance through the flow and trust, which is this whole energy shifting into the 12th house for you, along with the day-to-day activities, because the third house is very day-to-day. So letting go, trusting with those matters as well. But over the weekend, I think it's going to be a very nice weekend. Actually, Venus will be very close to Jupiter at that time, like I said, going conjunct on Monday of next week. So further supporting a lot of these expansions, opportunities, things that you can certainly be enjoying with the 11th house, because she naturally does rule your 11th. Also enjoying home, family, things like that, which are naturally very important to you. Opportunities there. Enjoying your routine, your crafts, daily activities with Jupiter ruling your 6th, and enjoying the expansion of life. That is, of course, Jupiter ruling your 9th house. So Cancer, I hope you guys have a nice week. If you'd like a personal look, I'm now offering birth chart readings on my website at masteringthezodiac.com. So if you're new to this form of astrology, do check out the website, because this is very different from Western astrology. So do check that out if you're new to Sidereal. Yep, so have a nice week, Cancer, and I'll talk to you all next time. Take care.